Today's topic in Conversation Week is to deal with public health and can it address disparity in lower limb care. For me, there is a question that I often ask myself and reflect upon and ask fellow colleagues. Is chronic leg ulceration the product of an ageing society or the product of an indifferent society? Especially when you look at venous leg ulcers, a silent crisis, published by the all-party parliamentary group on vascular venous disease in the UK, where it clearly states disparity of lower limb care. It's not just an issue in the UK, it's a global issue. And now suddenly we're confronted, especially more so than ever, with traditional healthcare under enormous pressure. And this is due to multi-factors, for example, global ageing society, massive shortage of clinicians, medical practitioners, multidisciplinary teams, and that again is an international problem. But I think for me, it's so sad that the majority of people with lower limb care and foot care are invariably elderly, poor and alone, and withdrawn from society. They have a multitude of problems living with lower limb and especially pain and social isolation. But for me, my question is, where is public health promotion in all of this? Where are governments really targeting and addressing the reality of lower limb care? And that where I question about care versus efficiency. We've got a crisis. Nobody seems to be dealing with it. The lower limb problem is not a priority for many people. And this is a public health issue globally, especially with the Asian population. Very little information is out there, and it should be. There is a lot of leaflets, literature, but people often don't go and seek help and advice from a pharmacist or a GP surgery. And in fact, many GP surgeries now don't display literature of public health promotion. Because at the end of the day, we want to capture people in the early stages of venous disease and prevent complications that invariably occur. By the time they come into our system, most people don't know they've got venous disease, and it's invariably too late, especially if you've got diabetes and other comorbidities. It is a global challenge, and especially with the change in society age groups. And as I already said, the population of practitioners is diminishing, and it's quite harrowing with the GP surgeries. 800 GP surgeries in the UK have closed over recent years, and there's a shortage of GPs. But also, this isn't unique to the UK. This is whoever I talk to globally, they are all experiencing the same problems, especially if you've got a public health service versus a private sector. So what are we going to do about it? And again, I really strongly believe that prevention of lower limb ulceration is not a priority, and it should be. And it's up to us as practitioners to make sure it gets on the government agenda. Also, we must always remember what's the expectations of an individual coming through the system seeking our expertise and help. They're signposted invariably to different departments. They might go and see the nurse specialist or the diabetic specialist or the dietitian or a vascular consultant or a phlebotomist. And it's really helpful if they know what to expect and the care that's going to be delivered. And especially the examination. What does a Doppler mean? What does a duplex ultrasound mean? To a lot of people, they're words that are quite frightening, and we need to meet this head on with good public health information. And for me, social media is a fantastic platform now. And I am technophobic, but I always seek help and information via the website now. And when we updated our website, we elected to introduce YouTube channel and social media. But not just to introduce it, we wanted to see, does it really impact on public health information? And I'm delighted to inform you that it does. And I really think this is a way forward for the general public's expectations and needs for preventative health promotion education. And you can see on this chart, Facebook is by and large the prominent one, and we measure internationally as well. And this is going to continue now. And again, our subscribers from a very new, the infant stages of creating this platform, we were really excited to see these excellent figures, but also we look at the age group and the gender. But for me, that really had limited knowledge of information and informatic platforms, I was really surprised that our podcasts go on Apple, Spotify, web browsers, Anchor, and others. And again, internationally and age groups were fascinating. So it just really demonstrates that if we get the platform media correct with health promotion, education, prevention, we hopefully can change public behaviour and attitudes. But this really can be achieved through cohesive working with our fellow colleagues of multidisciplinary and multi-agency teams. We all have expertise, we all have something to offer, and we could optimise health promotion and invariably quality of life and long-term outcomes. But also we need to become advocates to person-centred care. But in conclusion, we really have got to review the disparity today and look at what we can do to address it for tomorrow. Early referrals are a priority. Health promotion education in wound management is a priority. But it also raises interesting questions about the way the global health service is being delivered, and that in itself, again, disparity, and have all the multiple problems that I've just earlier alluded to. However, unless we reshape what we're doing now, what do we do well and how can we improve and harness technology, I think the public's changing needs will go unmet. We have a voice. Vein Week is all about raising the voice and needs of the venous lymphatic system and the problems associated with it. And this is where we can be very powerful with governments and look at how we can challenge governments to address this disparity of person-centred care. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.